back to WANR radio station, the best radio station in the Treasure Coast. Today we will be talking to Alexander Newby.
Hello, thank you for having me.
It's great to have you as well, Mr. Newby. So I have a few questions about your new film, The Awakening. Actually, not a few, only one. I don't do multiple questions on this show. How did your production skills develop throughout this project?
That was an excellent question. Making The Awakening has been a wonderful learning experience for me. Before this project, I used to be more of an amateur filmmaker. I didn't know much about how to use camera angles, shots, and composition to add more meaning to scenes. I did not know any editing techniques or know anything about mise en scene. After finishing this project, I realized how far I have come in respect to media studies knowledge. During the making of the film, I was trying to take in as much information as possible to try to make the film as polished and professional as possible. I learned a lot about movie production and how to properly film a movie. I learned how to use camera angles, shots, and composition to convey a message to the viewer. I learned how to use editing techniques such as cuts to make smooth transitions, and among other things. One thing I learned and got to apply into my film was the Dutch angle. This tilts the camera on the x-axis to make a scene have more tension. I used the Dutch angle here when the henchman falls into the pool. Another example is an editing technique called the eye trace cut. This involves the camera looking at a character and then switching to show what they are looking at. This can give additional information to the scene and can also show what the character is thinking or worried about. However, filming the scenes allowed me to gain the experience needed to film a movie. I got real experience with using a camera and got to apply my knowledge to the filming. One skill that I was not very adept with was time management. We had to film many of the scenes in a short amount of time. Even with that short amount of time, we were still planning a good portion of the shots at the filming location. This led to a lot of deliberating and thus wasted time. Time management is definitely something I should work on in the future. Planning things out ahead of time would greatly help any future endeavors.
Thank you, Mr. Newby. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to WNNR.